Okay. What episode is this? 18. Officially. 18. All right, we back. Between the Lines podcast. It's your boy Reds in the building.
Joined with J Rock.
Kanyes here. All right. And, well, let's try this again.
Try what again?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling great.
Y'all was so trash. Y'all was so trash.
The funny part was, nigga had to think about it. He was like,
Who? I did?
Yeah. You had that. What was that emoji with the little thumb on the finger, thumb on the face?
Oh
Like,
yeah, the thinking emoji.
Yeah.
I thought J Rock was gonna go.
Nope, we got called out too straight. Nope, did it wrong. Nope, did it wrong. That's okay, I ain't saying shit.
He didn't want it on him. He was like,
Hell yeah. I'm like, nah,
ain't
anybody
fault,
take this
ain't
L,
fault.
damn it.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, nigga, that shit's funny as hell. Yeah, we back in the building, episode 18. You know what? I first off, I'm going to shout out our stuff out real quick. You know, if you want to hit us up, chop it up with us.
Yes, please shout us out.
Shout us out. Oh, I'm gonna shout us out.
Yes.
Hit us up. Speak Between the Lines. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out our YouTube video. We have a YouTube video now. Michael Jackson versus Beyonce doing a Billie Jean reaction.
Yes, sir.
Check that out. Check the comments out. You'll see I'll be getting all the backlash. I got all the backlash on that video, bro. But
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
yes,
I didn't read the comments.
nigga, the comments. But here's the thing about the backlash.
It was all hate.
it was hate, but the backlash
On the YouTube?
Yeah.
Man, okay, I'm gonna go on there right now.
But here's the thing, though. All the backlash I got on the video
Right.
wasn't my fault
What do you mean?
because
Well, you
most.
said it.
Explain.
But here's the thing, though. Most of the comments were saying, "Oh, y'all should have done a reaction video on this performance in 1980, whatever, when Michael Jackson was at his prime."
That was Red's fault.
I did see that. That was my fault. I
So, just to throw that out there, Abe didn't pick the video. Abe didn't pick the performance.
nigga, I just went to the first thing on YouTube.
Who fault is that?
I mean,
Who fault is that? Y'all the Michael Jackson fans.
if we want to be technical, it's YouTube's. It was the first video. Like, what are we talking about?
Bro, somebody was like, oh, Michael Jackson only has 4 moves, question mark. That is not funny. You should be ashamed of yourself. I was like, are you serious? Man, somebody brought up the fact that, somebody brought up lip syncing because I said Michael Jackson was singing into a Fisher Price mic and he wasn't really singing, which of course was a joke. But it's like, I'm gonna say this.
Oh shit, you're not kidding.
No,
22 comments.
no, so serious.
That is funny. It's like
So serious.
It's like 263 views on this thing.
So serious. But here's what I'm saying about the Michael Jackson thing.
That's
I'm gonna be
funny.
off of it. Of course, Michael Jackson is an elite performer. That's not the argument here. But when you look at what Beyonce's doing and compare it to what Michael Jackson did in the past, Michael Jackson looks a little slow. That's all it is. But of course, Beyonce's able to do what she does because Michael Jackson did what he did. And I'm off it. So
Leave Michael out of this. Plus, he was almost 40 years old at the time. Why you pick that performance?
yes, Rez, Rock. Why y'all
Rez,
pick that performance?
Rock.
Got people on my back because y'all picking bad performances.
Hey, shout out to them. Who is this? Made this comment. Shout out to Natalie Murray. Because she did basically say at the Motown 25 when he debuted the first Billie Jean performance, he spontaneously made up that choreography. That was on the spot.
That's cool. No, don't try to back him up now. Y'all too late for that shit.
He made a classic on the spot. That was a freestyle. That's dope.
Good for him.
Man, I don't see Beyonce making a freestyle classics.
I'm not finna get into this Beyonce argument with y'all niggas. I've said what I said.
Water.
No, it's like
Ooh, they beefing in here. They beefing
Anyway.
with each other.
off of that, and
I love you too.
I guess rolling on to this. Really, I mean, I want to get into this Kanye discussion, but I don't want to get too deep into the episode where we forget wins and losses. So, do y'all want to do that now?
I mean,
yeah.
Well, yeah, let's fast forward to the wins and losses. We all took an L because Kanye said some dumb shit. Everybody lost. Now we can talk about Kanye. Go ahead.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
So, of course, I mean, Kanye made a fool. But here's the thing. Here's what I want to do about this Kanye West argument. Because it's actually, I think it should be two different arguments. Because, of course, Kanye tweeted something crazy. That's kind of what started it off, right? And he really didn't give any explanation on what his tweets were when he did the Make America Great Again hat and all this other stuff.
Man, I was...
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
But when they released the interview of him and Charlamagne, it actually gave some context to what he was saying and, you know, what he was actually doing. I don't know if y'all watched it.
So speed me up on that because I missed the Charlamagne interview.
All right, so pretty much, and mind you, the Charlamagne interview happened before, the Charlamagne interview was recorded before any of this happened, right?
Right.
And so pretty much, you know, Kanye West has been hiatus for a long time, and Charlamagne was just pretty much just kind of questioning him on, you know, where he was and, you know, how he was doing, because when you find out in the Charlamagne interview that Kanye West is battling a mental health issue. That's what you find out in the interview.
That feels like strategic marketing.
Does it?
I mean, if he's battling a mental health issue, then we can't really hold him accountable for what he's saying.
No, it's taking
No, we can still hold him accountable because people still is still holding his feet to the fire.
Rightfully so. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you find out that he's dealing with a health issue, and of course he said those things about Trump or whatever, what have you.
What the
what kind of mental health issue?
He didn't say, at least not that I can remember, but he didn't say what he was taking either, right?
Yeah, because like mental health is so broad. Like people who are bipolar still have to be accountable. You know, depression you still have to be accountable. So,
but here's the thing: I don't think
it's not a free pass. Is what I mean by that. You know what I mean?
Right, but I don't think he was using it as a free pass. Okay. I think people was just saying Charlamagne's just interviewing him, and he's saying, you know, I mean,
okay. I just want to check. I'm just curious.
Yeah, so he's going on with the interview or whatever, and of course Charlamagne's asking him about his thoughts on Trump, right, and I think. Because I don't want to sound like I'm backing him up, but anyway, so he goes
Sounds
on.
like you're backing him up.
Just don't back him up,
no,
be okay.
Well, here's the thing, though. Even
it wouldn't be the first time you've been on the wrong side of an argument.
But here's the thing, though. Here's what I try to make sense of what people are trying to say. I don't just count them out, right? I try to see, okay, what's the reason behind what he's saying? Like, why is he saying what he's saying? So
that's commendable.
Yeah, so the Charlamagne interview happens, right? So I'm like, okay, at least there's some context behind it. But then, I mean, this nigga went on TMZ and fucked off all of that.
Messed everything up for you?
Yeah. I mean, well, I don't even say he messed it up, because even with the slavery was a choice, as stupid as that statement was, I still try to figure out why, like, what was his reasoning behind saying it? Like, what was his thought process? And so what it ultimately ended up being was I'm assuming, right, that he's saying that.
Never assume.
Well, no, I'm not even assuming, but he said this. He's like, slavery, of course, it wasn't a choice, right, that we were shackled and brought over here. Right. But the mentality of slavery, we shouldn't still hold on to, is what he was trying to say. But he didn't say that.
And so, did you watch the T.I. interview that they had right before the TMZ thing?
Mm-hmm.
So, T.I.'s been talking to Kanye recently, and he was basically saying the same thing, that when he speaks, he doesn't speak in complete thoughts. And it's really easy to take him out of context. Like, you have to sit down with him for like a long period of time, and he eventually completes his thoughts. So I can see how what you're saying would make sense. In his mind, he wants to go further with the thought, but I guess for whatever reason he's not communicating or doesn't know how to.
Yeah, his communication is trash.
Which is crazy because that's why we love this nigga originally. He was innovative, music-wise. He didn't have a problem speaking his mind. Now he doesn't know how to communicate with people. That doesn't make any sense.
But here's the thing, too. I think also has something to do with the environment, because when when it was a Charlemagne interview, it was just them one-on-one, and Charlemagne was able to ask a question, and he was able to think about an answer and give it to the best of his ability at that time. TMZ, this nigga was just spouting shit, right? It's a busy environment. This nigga just kind of just saying something, and it's like, nigga, what the fuck are you even talking about right now? Like, really? Slavery was a choice? Nigga, that's the last thing you should be saying. You know what I mean? Yeah. But
are we sure that was really Kanye West?
What you think, was a double?
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, he is in a sunken place right now, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he may not be in complete control of his faculties. Maybe there was somebody else that tapped the teacup. You know, he fell down into the tube. You know, he's swimming in nothingness, and all he could do is watch. So maybe we shouldn't be holding him accountable.
No. Fuck all that.
Yo, he was like,
this nigga just looking up. Nigga just looking up, just sunken like a shit. Nigga just sinking and shit.
Man.
Yeah, like them followers.
Yeah.
But nah, man. Here's the thing, man. For me, if you don't, okay, are we rolling with he's not speaking well, are we rolling with he doesn't speak well, like for real, or is that like, because I understood him pretty well on College Dropout. I understood him pretty well when he ran up on Taylor Swift and was like, "Yo, Beyonce had the greatest album of all time" and all that other stuff. Like, he sounded perfectly clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's my issue with it, because when he wants to articulate, he does.
When he said President Bush don't care about black people, that was pretty direct. He was pretty clear in thought.
It was sporadic, though. Those are sporadic moments.
Well, I'm pretty sure this TMZ thing felt pretty sporadic.
No, that shit was sporadic, too.
This is how I found out. I literally went to the barber shop, and my barber was like, "Nigga." That was the first thing he said.
That's all you can say.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Nah,
he was like, "Did you hear what Ye said?" I was like, "Nah." He said, "Bruh, I can't, man, I'm so hot right now. Like I can't even explain it to you, dog. I would punch Kanye in the face if he like Charles Barkley was talking about Draymond." He was like, "I'll punch him in the face if I see him right now."
Yeah.
I was like,
stupid.
I was like, first of all, he has security. I sincerely doubt you would get that close to get within.
Shit, I don't know, man. Somehow Kanye West be rolling by himself.
Kane and Charles. Wait, I'm talking about Kanye. But the thing is like, okay, let's say we're rolling with he doesn't think in complete thoughts, or that sounded bad. He doesn't speak in complete thoughts.
I mean, because it seems like to me he knows what he's meaning to say, but he just didn't finish the statement.
He doesn't articulate it well.
Yeah,
right.
And like, since when has Ye been somebody who doesn't defend his thoughts?
That's true.
Because like, that's why this whole TMZ interview, I'm like, okay, the guy went out, I'm like, okay, Kanye's gonna go ahead and make another statement, say, no, this is what I meant, this is why I said it.
Yeah, he was getting sunned.
And they said, no, you're right, I'm sorry.
The dude was getting sunned.
Boy, hard.
He got killed.
Shit.
No, he looked like he was in freaking like
Van Lathan killed him.
Man, I'm
what's my man name?
Van Lathan.
Van Lathan.
Shout out to Van Lathan, man.
Yeah, he murdered him. Rightfully so.
Wakanda
because Kanye made it was a stupid remark or something like that to make. But shit, I don't know, because I don't want to. I mean, it was a dumb statement.
But I get what he was trying to do.
But when you have a voice like that,
you have to be responsible.
You have to be, and that's where I'm at. It's like you have to be accountable. Because I was talking to a homeboy yesterday about this, and you were like, "Well, why are we holding Kanye accountable for that when he's been saying reckless stuff all this time?" I was like, "Well, one, he offended an entire community. Like it for us, it feels personal because I believe the black community feels that we made Kanye. Like, we put him into that position.
Yeah.
We allowed him to have that much power with his voice. Mm-hmm. So with great Spider-Man?
With great power comes great responsibility.
There you go. So if you already know going in, I do not speak in complete thoughts, there's certain subjects that you shouldn't be talking about. You should have some sort of mental clock or stability to say, okay, well, you know what? I don't want to be, I don't want what I say to be misconstrued. So I'm not going to touch that.
Or maybe he thought that. Maybe he thought that beforehand.
Bullshit.
But here's the thing.
Not with that damn statement.
But here's the thing. We're talking about somebody that's apparently dealing with a severe mental illness, right? And who clearly was not taking his prescribed amount of meds, because he said that he was supposed to be taking 7 a day or 7 a week, and he's only down to 1 every week or other week. So, I mean, you got to take that into account. Not the fact that should be the reason that we give him some slack, but that can be the reason that he is saying, or he said what he said at that moment.
We're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
It's a weird thing for me, because I'm like, on one hand, it's like, man, you gotta protect your brother. Like, he's still our brother. So on one hand, it's like, when your brother says something or does something stupid, as a big brother, you have to put your arm around him and be like, hey, look, this is not how we roll. This is not how we move, right? You have to give them some sort of correction. But on the other hand, it's like, when somebody kills their credibility so consistently, like, let's not act like we all knew what we were talking about, scars last week.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how people don't seek counseling, and how counseling is derogatory or perceived as negative in our community.
Yeah. Ironically, we were just having this conversation. Yeah,
we were just having this conversation, then Ye pops up. Well, in our community, we've all known that Ye hasn't been the same since his mother passed. And I can't speak to that because I couldn't imagine that, right? So I can't imagine what kind of toll that took on him. But we all acknowledge that was a toll.
Yeah.
Ever since that happened, a lot of things he's done has been questionable. The black women definitely murdered him on the Kim K situation. Him getting with Kim K, and what was a gold digger? Is that, and when they get on, they leave your ass for a white girl.
Oh yeah,
nigga, you became that. You literally prophesized your own career. Like, come on, bro. Like, so he was already making missteps on that. You know it's a problem when Queen B is like, oh no, we can't roll with him. And Jay got to step back. So when the people that's closest to you, that's supposed to vouch for you, are all doing the exact same thing, we know something's going wrong.
Right.
Then you going on tour and you're going on these rants and these tirades when you're supposed to be putting on a show, and you end up in a psych ward. It's like, when your credibility starts to crumble from all these miscues, then you make a statement like that, it's almost no going back.
I mean, well, I disagree with that, because he can clarify himself.
Well, he did. On Twitter.
Not exactly.
Hold on. Before you say that, before I forget this, Kanye needs to stop dry snitching. This whole, well, it's not even dry snitching. It's snitching. This whole, I'm going to put our whole conversation with John Legend online.
Yeah, he was out of pocket.
Come on, bro. What are you doing? And then my homeboy said he took a phone call from Cole, or he called J. Cole the other day.
And screenshot it though.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Yeah. All that's out of pocket.
Man, stop it, Ye.
Yeah.
It's out of pocket.
Go ahead.
But like I say, he needs to make a public statement himself, not on Twitter, not some characters, a public statement saying, this is why I meant this, why I said it. That way, at least people have a better context for it. It wouldn't erase everything that happened, but at least you have an understanding. And then you can just move forward from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people have the right to correct.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
When they misspoke.
I mean, but god damn, like that, son?
And I believe, go ahead.
But the thing is, what he said, I don't think he meant what he said, but it was like a preface to what he was trying to say, but that's the soundbite.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the Make America Great hat again. Because like we found out once the interview came out that he doesn't even know what Trump stands for. He just saw a guy who ran, who was quote unquote able to be himself. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to change, and he liked that aspect of him.
Okay, yeah. Let's sit down real quick and have a chat.
You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, Kanye, brother, you saw a man that just wanted to be himself, and that's why you support him. So we're just going to ignore the fact that he was saying all this racial shit during his campaign. We're just going to ignore the fact that he was grabbing pussy.
Use the nigga. I don't mean that in no nice way.
And
on his campaign. Like that came up.
And so Ye just started watching CNN a couple weeks ago.
Man, fuck out of here, Ye. For real? So
on the interview, he said, I am not. He has no idea.
So you telling me Russia knew more about our election than you. And I'm not saying
That is possible.
I'm
My
not saying
5-year-old nephew knew more about the election than you
bruh,
did.
I'm not saying that you have to be like an astute student of politics. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I know a lot about politics, right? But I knew what I was seeing off of what he said. You got Barack Obama. He straight up told you what this was before he got elected.
Yeah.
How'd you not know, Ye?
You gotta be responsible.
How, Sway?
You gotta be responsible for that. You gotta be responsible for that.
I mean, he was living on the island. Like, he was disconnected. It's not an excuse for him. It's still wrong. Because if you're going to endorse somebody, you have to look into them. You have to know what you're endorsing.
You have to know what they're about outside of this guy was a celebrity and now he's a president. Now I like him because I can possibly be a president. It has to be more than that.
Man, we giving him too much credit, dog.
There's no way Kanye could win a presidency now.
The statement alone
Shit, before.
makes well, yeah. That nigga's 2020 runs over. Like, but the statement itself, "Make America Great Again." Joe Budden had a song off Freedom, Beyonce's Freedom. And one of the lines he said in that was, well, make America great again. Well, what time are you talking about?
Right.
Because we weren't free that long ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And this explanation of saying that he's trying to do it like the N-word and flip it and make it something positive.
Hey, get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah.
Nah.
That's another thing that's going to piss black people off.
What's that?
Yeah. So I'm going to make America great again. A cool phrase. I'm going to flip it just the same way we did with nigger and nigga.
Right.
Like, we're going to make that an empowerment thing. Like, no, yay. Like, you're going to piss off black people. Well, you're not going to. You've done it.
You've already done that.
Pissed off black people. It's like, so you're going to try to take something that is already perceived as racist and try to flip it so you can be trendy? Well, like, you just looking for shit to flip? Just to flip it?
Yeah. And then the difference with that is the word nigger was a racial slur for how many years? 400? 500 years?
Yeah, maybe more. Yeah.
So Make America Great just happened.
What, last year?
We don't have to flip it. We can just stop it. What's the point of trying to flip so we can just know, let's get it out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, real talk. And like Brad said, like, at what point in the past for minorities was America ever great? Like, that's the question.
Because ironically, this might be our greatest time. Well, 08 to 012.
Yeah.
And then 012 to 16.
Yeah.
Hold on, when it so Obama was 08. Right? 012, then 12 to 16.
Yeah.
Hold on, how long fucking Trump been in office?
Nigga, this is his first year still.
Shit, it's still year one.
Well, I think it's year 2. Nah.
No, it's year one.
Yeah, because
We got 3 more years of this shit.
yeah, because the inauguration was in November.
Yeah, at least because he can run and
This
win
some
again.
bullshit.
No, I don't. Hell no.
You don't think he could win again?
He shouldn't have won the first time, but
Yeah.
I don't see
It's not what should have happened.
I don't think people will elect him again.
We didn't think he was going to elect him the first time.
Who? What people? This is electoral college, so it's not even about
You're
popular
right.
vote.
Yeah, it's
that
not
they
even
win.
popular
You're right.
vote.
You know what I mean? Like, I think people are crazy enough to put him back in office for a second term. As crazy as that sounds, I think that he could possibly win again.
It depends.
hell not if.
Hey man, I'm just
Get
telling
your
you,
bland ass politics.
get your bland ass politics. Nah, I mean people are crazy, dude. I mean, and you're realizing that now just with
Yeah.
his presidency, how many undercover racist people are actually coming out.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Because that neo-Nazi bullshit.
All that shit.
Come on, man.
All that shit. Niggas with the tiki torches on the campus and shit, doing all that
Ye,
shit.
bro. Okay, hold on. Let's bring it back to Ye. Ye, you supporting a man who literally
He
said
doesn't know, but he doesn't. I don't think he knows anything about that stuff.
So he said Trump is my boy. So you gonna say that about a stranger?
Yes, we talking about Ye. Unfortunately, he is uneducated.
I mean, even when we talk about celebrities, so I'll be like, man, The Rock's my boy. Like, that's my boy. I know something about The Rock. I don't know his intimate personal shit, but I know I can speak like pretty candidly about, okay, this is where he started. He went to University of Miami.
Yeah.
He played with the Hurricanes. He went to the WWF. He became a world champion. Like you can give some sort of context to a timeline.
But that's unfair though, because a lot of people have fans who only know that particular celebrity by what they see them in. Like a lot of people who are rock fans only know him, or at least before he started getting into entertainment, they only knew him from wrestling.
That's
they
true.
didn't know he went
That's
to
true.
U of H or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can give him a timeline of that.
And
Yeah,
like even
you
with
could.
that,
Yeah,
you know
you're
that because he intentionally started putting out his pads. He put out that
Right.
he was on the way to be drafted with the same year Warren Sapp, which was drafted. He got injured. He had to go play in Canada. He went broke because he wasn't able to win. Like
Kanye ain't stupid, bro. He on Twitter. Hold on, who did we flame the moment Trump won? We flamed Kanye because he was one of the first to meet with Trump, and we flamed Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Kanye know what's up. Like, nah, man, miss me with this whole, well, I didn't know. Nigga, you was online. You were connected. You knew what the hell was going on.
I forgot about that.
Stop it, Five. Nah.
great point.
I'm not
I
rolling.
forgot about that
But
shit.
you can still do
I ain't
all that
rolling.
and still not know any of his policies or anything that he put into play or put into action.
Nigga, even if you don't know his policies, if the community, if your consumer, the people that purchase your music and,
Right.
and bootleg it,
Yes.
and bootleg it,
Yes.
you know who those people are. If they are flaming you online for meeting with this one particular person, at some point it will behoove you to be like, why
is this happening?
everybody mad at me?
Yeah, man.
You come on, man. No,
It's tough.
no, I'm not rolling.
Yeah. Nah. I mean,
But
he fucked up.
I do want to say this because
but also that same thing you said.
Yep.
Keep in mind who's around him.
yes, man.
Kardashians, rich
Oh,
people who probably may or may not support him. So if the people who you're closest to, like, nah, he's a good dude. He's helping us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Kanye is so. I think he's so for like the new thing that he kind of just takes new information in and just runs with it, right? Because he wants to be so cutting edge so much. It's like they could be saying, yeah, no, he's a good guy, right? And he runs with that.
Yeah.
And they see like, nah, look, I mean, this nigga's he was a celebrity, and now he's president. Like he sees that, okay, yeah, like that's the thing. I can do that.
Right. No, I feel you on that. It's just like a reporter that runs with a story without all the information,
Yeah.
just to be 1st. Mm-hmm. It's man.
But with that, I mean, you still have to know what you're talking about, especially when you have such a huge platform
Yes.
as Kanye West does.
Yeah.
You have to know what you're talking about. You have to. You have to be able to get your point across without saying that slavery was a choice. Like,
And I believe in. Look, everybody deserves a second chance, right? Everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds good, but now I think about it, everybody don't deserve a second chance. No, because I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about that Waffle House incident in Nashville, Tennessee, where old boy came in a Waffle House and
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and shout out the yeah.
yeah, I would have shot him on spot. Same
Yeah,
thing.
no question.
Same thing with old boy that was in San Antonio or what was it, Austin, where they was doing the bombs a couple months ago. Yeah, I would have shot him on sight. So no, everybody does not deserve a second chance, but it's politically correct to say everybody deserves a second chance.
No, everybody does.
Sure, why not? All right. Kanye deserves a second chance. However, I'm not saying that he gets off the hook. I'm glad people hold his feet to the fire. You can redeem yourself over time, but you got to get a lot of stuff right in a row. Like you can't just do one thing and be like I'm gonna drop an album now everybody gonna love me again. No, nigga.
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't be surprised. People cop that hoe though.
No, people gonna cop it, but this is the same thing. So I was talking to my homeboy. We were chopping up on sports yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So I made a parallel between Kanye and Kobe, right? Kobe fucked up in his situation, right?
Talking about when he cheated on his wife.
Yes, when he cheated on his wife.
Okay.
Right? Now he cheats on his wife. He fucks up.
Yeah, hard.
All the
as shit.
sponsors leave him. The reason that Kobe gained so much forgiveness was because he just balled completely out. Like when your back's against the wall and public perception is negative towards you, whatever you're good at, you now have to be great at.
Yeah, boy, he was playing for his freedom on
He
that court.
played for his life and he won his life back. Kanye has to do that.
But in what way though? I mean, because I do feel like the community is holding his feet to the fire with this.
Good.
As they should.
Good.
Because if they don't do it, he's not going to learn from it. If he says something stupid, everybody's like, oh, it's Kanye, puts out one album, they forgive him. He's not going to learn that I need to be more conscious with what I put out there.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he has enough people in his ear too, though, that are like, hey, I mean, like you said, he leaked the John Legend
he was wild,
right? Charlemagne's kind of still in his ear.
Right.
T.I., like you mentioned with the
Interview
that they did is in his ear, but like you use the example of Kobe, right? Kobe had endorsements and stuff that he really I guess clinged on to, so he had to fight for all that stuff back.
Right.
I mean, as far as Kanye, the community has to hold Kanye accountable because he can put out his own shit. He doesn't have endorsements, like he does all his own stuff. So
that's true.
Yeah, he doesn't need anybody.
At what way could, outside of just telling him, at what way could, I guess, he learn from this mistake?
I mean, he could learn from the mistake, but it's like a child. Like a child does something bad, and you don't whoop their ass. You don't spank them. Well, then the child's gonna do it again. Kanye is a child. If we don't hold his feet to the fire as a community and as a unit, this nigga's just going to do the same shit. The worst thing you could possibly do for somebody with a vocal presence like his is give him a pass and be like, oh, that's cool. Because now you're giving him permission to say more outlandish shit.
Right.
That is like, and what you said my man name was? Van Lathan.
TMZ.
Van straight up told him, it may not affect you per se, because you've earned your success. You've earned where you are right now. But for everyday people like us, he could kill us. Just off what he says.
Right.
And that's the responsibility that we have to make sure that, like, oh no, you fucked up. You said this. No, we got to whoop your ass.
Right.
We got to hold your feet to the fire. We got to make sure you understand that's a no. You do not say shit like that.
Right.
Because he's affecting everybody else. His house is straight.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't sell another album, he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Right, which is why I think he just can't know what the hell's going on. Like he could probably be in his box in his house making music and clothes where he really just don't know what's going on, because I don't think you would know what's going on in the community like that and say something like that.
It's sad to say. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. He has reached the bubble status. He is in a bubble. His world is just
closed off. Yeah.
It's closed off, right? It hurts to say that about Ye though, because I can understand a little better if somebody was born wealthy, born with privilege, so they can't readily identify with it because they've never touched it.
Right.
That's why it's hard to hold white people accountable for certain things that they've never really felt. They've never really seen it. They've never really touched it. Like, I go back and forth on that. Because, yes, you know the history. You know what black people are facing today. But it's kind of hard when a white person says, like, well, you know, I've never seen it before. In a certain aspect, I can get with that.
Right.
Because, yeah, you really don't know. Like, let me take you to South Dallas for a weekend.
And even there, it's still not the same.
And you still won't feel you will never be able to completely identify with that. But Ye
came from the mud.
Ye can't say that.
Yeah.
So for him to be in a bubble, that's my point. For him to be in a bubble and this far removed from, I don't even want to say the streets, the struggle. Economically, socially, like politically, like Ye came up with Talib Kweli and Common.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
But at the same token, Ye's been far removed from the struggle for a long time. He may have experienced it growing up.
Right.
But ever since College Dropout.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's run with that.
And I was watching one of the interviews with Umar Johnson, right?
Right.
One of the things that he said, when he was, making a reason why people should date their own race is, if somebody's not the same race, they can't understand the struggle that you went through.
Facts.
Because they have an idea what it is, but they haven't experienced it.
Right.
And when it comes to most people, once they get money, they leave behind, the struggle, some of the people who they grew up with, because they can't be in the world that you're in now. They're going to bring you down. Mm-hmm. So at Ye's level, he's going to have to do that every time he's gotten to a new level. Some people that he can't bring with him. Some people can, some people he can't. So now he's at the point where probably the people around him now aren't people who he started with, aren't people from his original neighborhood.
Right.
So his mom's not there.
Right.
I don't know how close he is with the rest of his family, but how close are you to anybody who's like, hey, do you remember when?
Bro, he got a song called Family Business on College Dropout.
That's a money decision.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain. What do you mean a money decision?
I mean, it's rap. All music is. Some people do music for the love of it, and some people do it for business. What's gonna get the most hits? What's gonna get play on the radio?
I agree with that,
because he was even complaining in the Charlamagne interviews, like, "Hey, my stuff now is not getting played on the radio."
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you saw that radio station boycotted him in Detroit,
as they should.
Like, I'm so proud of them, even though most of us ain't listen to the radio. Let's keep it real. But I'm glad they're making a stand.
But so it's like he's very conscious of what's being played,
right?
Where it's being played at,
right?
So if you're not attached to the struggle anymore, it's easy to forget.
Well, he has substitute. Like, man, Kanye is not as unique as he used to be. He has sons in the game now. Like, Travis Scott is here, so he can approximate a certain percentage of Kanye. It may not be the complete thing, but you have people that we can use as substitutes now. It's not. He's not as potent. He's being diluted now by the fact that we have other people that can sort of approximate what he's doing between Travis Scott and what's my man name? Super nice, friendly dude. He had what was the album? Acid Rain.
Chance the Rapper.
Chance. Between Travis and Chance, that's Kanye.
Yeah.
So Kanye's not as uniquely qualified anymore. Like, his sound is not as pure because we have other contemporaries now. So yeah, like, we don't really need you as much.
He still has a huge influence on the culture, though.
Yeah.
No, he does. He has his finger on the pulse. Listen, Kanye is a genius.
Yeah, musically, he's a genius.
Musically, he's a genius. Mm-hmm. But going back to your point about he's far removed from the struggle. Kanye's 41 years old. College Dropout dropped in 2004. That was 14 years ago. He's still been poor in his life longer than he's been rich. You can't be that far removed.
Oh, shit, I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, can you? On the TI and the Charm during the Breakfast Club, they're literally saying on air, we're having to teach this man. I'm going to recommend books about the struggle on air.
That's crazy. And
because you can be that far removed.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a super reader. Like, I read, not as consistently as I would like to, but I'm not gonna pretend like, okay, well, I'm reading all these books on the struggle and things like that. But I'm just saying, walk through a neighborhood, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
but maybe it's a bubble, because I'm pretty sure Kanye can't even go to Walmart.
Yeah, like, let's say if you had $15 billion tomorrow, for the average person, their life would drastically change. The people who are around them would drastically change. It's going to be smaller because you can't be seen as much. People are going to want what you have. You can't go out. Everything's has to be delivered. So your world gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then in, let's say, 3 years, you're used to being in a contained area. You're not used to having people come up on you like that.
That's true.
So that could easily, just because it hasn't been long, that can easily happen.
You gotta think about who we're talking about too. I mean, we're talking about Kanye West. I mean,
Yeah.
he had late registration, college dropout.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like he got to a point to where like I can see how he maybe had a mental breakdown. You know what I mean? He had paparazzi following him all over the place.
Remember, don't forget his house got robbed.
His house got robbed.
That was important.
Kim got robbed in Paris.
His wife got robbed.
Yeah.
So you could essentially seclude yourself from the world, especially when you got people with a camera breathing down your neck. Like, could you imagine us sitting here doing a podcast right now and people
Right out the
cameras
window.
outside the window, every step we take, snapping pictures.
It'll be
This
fly
nigga-
the first day.
Maybe the first day.
First day.
Like the first day that shit be flying fuck, man.
Be like, hey.
Hey, it's your boy J Rock in the building, baby.
We be turning the camera like, look, everybody, look, they love us. Look at us.
And shit, if I had $15 million, I know my Facebook live stream would be in HD.
Shit, at least because that VHS shit we just did it. We had to delete. Boy, I don't know what that was.
That was like pre-VCR, VHS days.
That was something. But your world gets smaller,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So I mean, it's
And you probably see less and less of your own people. Mm-hmm. Because the higher you go up on the money ladder, the less we are up there.
dog.
Even though that speaks to the struggle. But go ahead.
It does. But I'm not gonna lie. Like if I was in a position of like Kanye West, his fame of having people follow me around, and every time I look on TV, it's pictures of me gaining weight, me, my wife, and all that stuff. I would probably seclude myself too. I don't know if I would do it to the point to where I
Don't know anything.
don't know anything, but I mean, you would want to get out of Dodge because people are constantly always following you.
All right, let's play a game.
Tic-tac-toe?
Who's more famous? Kanye or Beyonce? It's not hard.
B.
Yeah, Beyonce.
Okay, who would we say identifies with the black culture more? Kanye or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Thank
Clearly.
you. So let me give you another one. Who's more famous, Kanye or Chris Rock? That was a little. That was a little
Oh,
closer.
that's
Kanye, I would say Kanye.
I want to
West.
say Kanye,
but
Chris is worldwide. Kanye is worldwide, but it doesn't matter. I don't think there's a right and wrong answer to that.
Okay.
All right, who would we say identifies with the black community better, Chris Rock or Kanye?
Rock, of course.
Okay, last one, Kanye or Dave Chappelle? Who's
See,
more famous?
So here's the thing with comedians, that's a completely different situation.
Well, Dave's married to a white one. Well, he's married to an Asian.
Filipino.
Okay.
But so the reason why I say that is because your job is to be in public situations. Your job is to make jokes. So what's funny is the truth. So your finger has to be on the pulse of what's going on.
Okay. Kanye or Jay?
Who's more popular? Kanye West or
Who's
Jay-Z?
more famous? Yeah.
I would probably say Jay-Z.
Who identifies better with the culture?
Does Jay identify with the
I'll
culture?
say,
I don't know. 444 is pretty on point. He pretty much hit it.
Okay.
The
I guess.
the,
Okay.
The point.
I mean, but
the
like,
point. The
what
point
does
is
Jay do for the culture? And I'm not saying that in a negative way because Jay's a businessman at this point. Mm-hmm. It's not about
Facts.
the music. It's not about doing anything else. Beyonce did the formation. Super Bowl Live, Coachella, putting black culture in the forefront intentionally.
Right. I think it would be hard for me to separate Jay's thought process and Beyonce's thought process when
Yeah,
they're
it would have to be
together.
similar.
Like, I'm pretty sure they're similar.
Yeah.
Right. The point in the game was to just highlight the fact that, okay, cool, Kanye, you have no excuse, bro. There are people more famous than you, or just as famous as you,
No excuse for what though?
to not identify with the culture.
Everybody's different though. You can't say just because one person does something, everybody should be able to do it.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
Kanye,
that's true, but that doesn't mean I have to give him a pass either.
I'm not saying give them.
Yeah,
the
no,
pass.
none of this is about giving him a pass. But
Okay.
I think Kanye West has been more publicly scrutinized too, because of his whole deal with Taylor Swift.
That's his fault. That was self-inflicted.
Not saying that this is any fault of his own, but I mean that those decisions for him to do that stuff, they came with consequences, and they probably affected him a certain way.
Okay, that's true.
You
As
know
long as
what I
he
mean?
admit he did it to himself.
Yeah, he did to himself, but is
Ain't nobody trying to get you, Kanye. Chill out with that shit. Just be like, nigga, you did it to yourself.
Yeah, but he probably feels like the cost for doing it, we had to pay the bill. The bill was too high. So because after Taylor Swift, where was Kanye? That nigga walled up quick.
The crazy thing about the Taylor Swift thing, like, it was unnecessary. We knew what time it was.
I mean,
we respected Ye for saying it. Because if a role reverse that, say Beyonce would have won and a white man would have said that, holy shit, that would have been a problem.
Yeah.
What? No shit.
It would have been a problem for black people.
Nigga, the optics would have been horrible.
Just like it was probably a problem for white people.
Yeah. Even though he embraced them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's just he's made some poor
terrible
decisions
and he has to pay the bill for
it. But bad decisions on big stages.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, it was the thing he said during Katrina.
Yep.
About George Bush.
Yep.
This issue on TMZ.
Him going at Jay and Beyonce during the tour.
Yeah.
The whole fashion thing.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Your clothes are trash, bro. Look, your clothes are trash, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Ain't nobody trying to buy no Yeezys.
Like, this man is a meme on radio.
You ain't got the answer.
So let me ask y'all this: what are y'all's thoughts on what he was trying to say? Right, with the whole slavery was
clever segue. We didn't even talk about that. You did good, boy.
Oh, appreciate that.
That's crazy.
Why gotta be a boy?
Yeah, why gotta be a boy?
Racial.
You're racist. That's racist.
It was a choice.
Go ahead.
But, so what are y'all's thoughts on what he was trying to say? Right, he said slavery was a choice, but of course he wasn't necessarily trying to say that verbatim. But the mentality of, I guess, us possibly being enslaved mentally,
J-Rock,
and that's getting us
and
getting out of that. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
I think it's stupid.
Okay.
The reason for that. okay. I understand. I understand what he meant by it, but it's just wrong. So we've been enslaved for 400 years. We finally get freed, right?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, the laugh is still there, bro.
Go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm done. Go ahead.
All right. So we're enslaved for 400 years. The Emancipation Proclamation finally gets signed, and we're quote unquote freed. But the system of racism, the system of enslavement is still there. We have nowhere to go. We have no housing. We have no skills. So the only thing that's different
he killing that.
is
real.
the chains on your arms and feet are gone.
Not in the mind.
But the mind and the systematic system of slavery is still there. We still have no rights. We still can't vote. We still can't do half the things that our counterparts can do. So you can't say that it was a choice for us to still be slaves when no, the country was designed to be that way.
Right. It's built on it.
So
Yeah, no argument.
Even today.
Yeah. So that's why I know what he meant by it, but it was very uneducated to say it.
Okay, so you want to know an educated way to say it?
Go ahead, try.
Oh no, this was actually done. So Kanye, I'm going to read to you what Kanye said intelligently.
All right.
This comes from Dr. Claude Anderson. He said slavery would not have lasted 1 month back in the 14th, 15th century if black folks would have said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going for it. You could kill me if you want. That's fine. You're losing money because you bought me. But I tell you what, if you try to enslave me, rob me, and rape me, steal my kids, deny my resources, and have a decent quality of life and my humanity of freedom for 300 plus years, I'll die first. And I'll take you with me. I'll take your mom, your kids, your house, everything else, and your dog. But black folks never stood up. That came from Dr. Claude Anderson.
That's true and false too, though, because
I don't like that.
He said, but basically it's just a more intelligent way to say what Kanye said. Now, I don't agree wholeheartedly with it because I'm with you, Jay. Just because you take the shackles off does not mean like you. At that point, you're not even fighting a person. You're fighting an idea. How do you beat an idea?
You know what? Perfect example of that. Somebody goes to jail when they're 17 years old.
Yep.
They're not educated. They serve 5-year sentence. They release them. They give you $200 so you can pay all the fines, get a ride home. Now what?
No, you're screwed.
You're at home.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
You're at home. You're not in the physical building, but you're education-wise, you're 5 years behind. You have no money skills, so you don't know how to manage what little money you have left.
You have no economic opportunities because you're already blacklisted.
So you're at home, but you're still in prison.
Basically.
Same thing.
Yeah. And I get the idea that, okay, so let's take Kanye at his slavery was a choice. The only thing I can peel from that is he must mean that there's more black people than white people at that time. So you could revolt. Like if there's one master and however many people that are monitoring the slaves, it can't be more than 10 of them, 15 at most, right? At least according to Django. So,
According to Django.
you know what I'm saying? So if you got 40, 50 slaves, I mean, yeah, you're going to lose 10 of them, but you'll still overpower them and overthrow them. The part they leave out, though, is like, it's cause and effect. Okay, so you overthrow one slave master. There's no texting. There's no communication. So there may be a slave house 40 miles down the road. They didn't do that shit. So what happens when that slave owner's house hears about what you just did?
Which happened.
That happened.
Yeah.
So
what you're saying is
you finna
happened.
get smoked. How do you beat that?
Yeah. And which is another reason why we were separated, why you couldn't get married, why they sold off kids. Because the more people in the community that were bonded, that puts my life in jeopardy.
Yes.
So that's why with that statement that you read, it sounds cute if they came to black people today and it's like, okay, everybody black is going to, come up and be slaves. No, we're going to do something different because we're all together.
Here's the thing about that too. One, to what you just read, which one of y'all are going to go to the death for your freedom right now, would die for it?
Killmonger would.
One of y'all two. Because that's what he just read.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because that I was actually about to bring up Killmonger with his quote at the very end of that movie. He said, what he said? He said, "We could save you."
Yeah.
And he said, "No, bury me in the ocean
With my people who have
where my ancestors are, who basically made a decision." I'm paraphrasing here, that death was better than bondage. Well, nigga, that was your choice. That was the choice. He's like, well, what I'm getting to from Kanye is, well, slavery was a choice. Well, okay, so what were the options? Be enslaved or die. That was options. So Kanye, if you want us to make a choice, you're saying all black people just choose to die and then we don't exist. Because those are your options. You had a choice, stay in bondage or die. So what if every black person chose death?
Then they'll fill up another boat.
You're talking about back then. They
Yeah.
would feel if
Yeah,
everyone just, well, one, everybody couldn't jump off the boat because they were shackled.
No, I'm talking about once they in America.
Oh.
I was talking about like if they decided to revolt. And yes, you can revolt. And at some point, yes, every
But here's
freedom
the thing.
we've earned has been paved with death.
Revolt and go where?
Well, no, they would have died. They would have died. In that time,
Yeah.
they would have died. They had no resources. They had no knowledge. They had no communication. Like you can't organize a group. It's like you just have your squad. You have no guns, no weapons. Like you're gonna die. I guess what I'm trying to figure out, like for Kanye, is like, okay, so like if he says freedom was a choice or slavery was a choice, well, what were the options, nigga?
No, but I'm thinking he's thinking mentally, not the act of slavery was a choice.
Okay, so mentally, we're saying that.
And I think he means more people of today. People are choosing to have the slavery mindset. That's what I thought.
But he said slavery lasted 400 years.
Oh, yeah, you're
that
right.
sounds like a choice. So he's talking about the past. That's hard. That's hard to get around.
Yeah, no, he fucked up.
Then he compared himself to Nat what is that, Nat Turner? Online? A day later?
Yeah, if he were to be somebody, he would be the Nat Turner.
Come on, man.
Or Harriet
Tubman. Thank you, Ye. Who you taking down Underground Railroad right now?
Man, I don't know. He fumbled his
Harriet Tubman.
He's just talking at this point.
Hold on, you Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner, but how much are your Yeezys? Because black people ain't rocking you.
But here's
what are you doing for the community? Like, come on, man.
All right. So because I think it's like I said, I think he was trying to speak from a mentality standpoint, right? So do y'all think mentally that we are enslaved? Like
yes.
Mentally?
Yep. Today?
Right.
Yes. Still.
Why you say that?
I think y'all remember the Lynch. Excuse me. Y'all remember the Lynch letters?
Yeah, I know of them. Yeah.
So the Lynch letter is basically a seminar that was written up by this dude named Lynch, of course, and he taught the slave owners how to control their slaves. And I'm just gonna paraphrase it, but you can Google it. But it talks about how you turn black people against black people. So you turn the young versus the old. The light skin versus the dark skin. So you got your yellow bones versus the chocolates. You got short hair versus long hair. You have fat versus skinny, right? And he said, basically, if you can teach your slaves and impart into their mentality to dislike characteristics about themselves, that even though they're the same race, their different characteristics, you will enslave their minds and they will perpetuate that idea for generations to come. So if you take a look online, Facebook, IG, or just a common conversation at work or wherever you are, you will see skinny people that talk about fat people. You will see dark-skinned women that are pissed off at yellow bones. Or you will see yellow bones that think dark-skinned women aren't beautiful. Because we're still perpetuating that same cycle. That still exists. Mm-hmm. That's still in slavery of the mind. Yes, I wholeheartedly still believe that. Mm-hmm. Because we fight each other more than we fight anybody else.
No argument there.
Too much?
Mm-mm.
No, okay.
No argument. No argument there. I mean,
yeah, and for me, it's more of a systematic slavery. As far as the level of access, the information that's not taught, as far as financial freedom, how, the fact that 90% of jails is filled with black people, but jail's supposed to be originally.
And they make money off us.
Right. So
that's crazy.
Jails are supposed to be to rehabilitate you. So that way, once you get out, you can be a productive member of society. Jails didn't even exist until, guess what? After slavery. And you wonder why jails are filled with black people, because after slavery, we didn't have a marketable skill to get a job. So your only option was to break the law to live. Mm. So I think for me, it's a systematic slavery versus a mindset. I do agree with some of the stuff that Red says, but I think even if we're on the same page as far as, just black is beautiful, and there was, as far as the hate between different classes, different skin tones, different looks, the system is still there. You know what I'm saying? That's on the self-love doesn't change what the system already has in place. Mm. So the issue to me is the system.
Do you want to know where, now that you're speaking on jails, you know what the inception of police were? Their first job was to protect property. Guess who was the property? We were. We were the property. The inception of the police force as we know it was to monitor us, to monitor property, to make sure you protected the property. Is it going to run away? Nope, because we watching. Like, that's where this genesis is. We get freedom, change the system. Now black people, like there's a book, just so you know I'm not pulling this out of thin air. is a book that I would recommend reading. I've got it. It's called Justice While Black. It's written by Robin Shipp and Nick Childs. And Robin Shipp was she is an attorney in Georgia. And she wrote about this book. And she was talking about the prison population and the majority of it being black, just as J-Rock said.
Right.
And then she deep dives into the inception of the police force and how the police of today, even though we're not saying all police officers are bad. I have friends that are police officers, right? But what I am saying is that the inception of the police force was to monitor black people. So it's not a stretch to see, it's not far-fetched, or we shouldn't be surprised to see online black people constantly getting monitored by police, constantly getting abused by police, because nothing's really changed. It's an idea that was implanted there. It's not as overt as it used to be, but it's being exposed more now because of technology and camera phones. This shit's been going on forever.
Right.
So, I mean, and I lost my point. Go ahead. Oh, you know what's another crazy thing? That was the point. I was watching Atlanta. Me and my wife was watching Atlanta the other day, right? Shout out to Atlanta. Childish Gambino, Danny Glover, whatever you want to call him. There was a comment made by one of the women on that show, and she said that she was talking to a white woman, and she was saying, I have a problem with you, because she was dating a black man. And we all seen that, sister, you know, they see the black man dating a white woman, they get pissed, right? So one of the things she brought up, and I couldn't believe it when I heard it, but it made so much sense. She was like, if you Google beautiful women, what do you see? You don't see black. You see white women. And so I Googled it. And guess what's on Google? White women. One black woman out of all, what is this? 20 people? 30 people? They're all white. Okay, 50? They're all white.
You know what's even crazier than that? So I was looking up like GIFs, GIFs. You know, you have the picture and the videos and text message.
GIFs.
Yeah, gifts.
I searched Malcolm X, and the first picture came up was a white dude.
That's nuts. That's motherfucking nuts. That's nuts, bro.
What?
Like that. So yes, to a certain extent, like it's subliminal, but like we still have been enslaved to a certain aspect. Like we're not really equal. Like we just gotta stop pretending like we're not equals.
Shit, I don't think anybody thinks that though.
Like,
well, I'm pretty sure some people.
We would ideally like to be like on paper. They may say, you know, hey, well, you're equal, but like, come on, man, let's stop. Like, we know that it's still systematically built against us.
Yeah,
we've made progress. We salute the progress, but yeah, like, there's a lot of shit wrong. Like, white privilege isn't a joke. It's not a hashtag just for hashtag's sake. It's a real thing.
Yeah,
and I appreciate when I can talk to my homeboys that are white that understand that.
They get it. Yeah,
yeah.
I love that shit. I'm like, yes, motherfucker, we appreciate you. We need more of y'all.
No doubt.
Anyway, I'm off. Go ahead.
So,
are we talking about Kevin Hart?
Shit, we can. I don't know much about it besides his homeboy snitched on him.
Yeah, like that. I Googled. I was like, and his homeboy of 15 years was the one who extorted him.
That's fucked up, man.
Nigga, if y'all ever extorted
Nigga, that's fucked up.
Hey, man.
Bro.
I got this audio file right now.
Dog.
Let your boy get $1,000 real quick.
Could you
I'm snitching on myself, bro. Whatever it is, I'm snitching on myself.
Could you imagine though, like, because that would have been the last person I would have thought.
The last person.
If anything, I would have thought, okay, this chick, one of her homegirls.
I thought it was a chick.
Everybody thought it was a chick.
We all thought it was a chick.
You know what? Because I was talking to my wife about this yesterday or the other day or something. Whenever it came up, I made the thought that maybe it wasn't her. Like, what if it wasn't her? But the thing was, like, if it wasn't her, who else could have it been?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
And it was like,
because that video setup was elaborate. 2 cameras.
Yeah, nigga. You thought it was her because you thought she was trying to get money out of Kevin Hart, and it
made sense.
Yeah. The story made sense.
Yeah,
and let's call it what it is. When she went on air talking about how she's a victim, that shit didn't play. It didn't play well.
But now it makes sense.
Her delivery. But no, it made sense. But I'm like, bro, you got to prep for shit like this. You're going out in front of the world to say you're a victim. You can't be like, Yeah, I'm the victim in this. But we just see Kevin going through hell. It's like no, like you her delivery was trash. I'm just saying she could have put on a better performance.
Yeah, she could have.
She looked guilty.
Yeah. How long do y'all think Kevin has known that's been him?
Probably about 3 months.
Nah, I think he just found out.
No.
You think so?
I don't. I think it's been a while.
I think he's known.
Because like whenever he's done interviews after it happened, he's always saying it's some more stuff that's coming that I can't tell y'all about.
When he was at the Breakfast Club.
Right, was at the Breakfast Club. He's like, when everything comes out, y'all understand what I'm going through.
Yeah, I think he's known for
I think he's known for a while.
I think it leaked now.
Yeah, I don't think he was supposed to come out this early, but
Yeah, I think he's known. No, the FBI was investigating that.
yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all: have y'all seen them two together since? Since?
Let me be transparent. I've never seen.
I never know who this dude was.
I didn't know who the fuck he was.
I think they say he was on Think Like a Man.
He was on Think Like a Man.
But
I thought he was on Think Like a Man too.
Yeah, it was Think Like a
One
Man
of them,
too.
I don't know. Yeah,
He was a professional bowler.
He was on the trash one.
Yeah.
The bad. Yeah.
dog.
Shit, that's probably why he set him up. You're like, nigga, you couldn't put me on Think Like a Man one?
Bro, I couldn't imagine.
Bruh. He be a dead man.
Yes.
He be I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm Kevin Hart. I got that much money at stake.
And you do this to me?
I could put a couple G's on you and make you disappear.
I wonder what it was.
Shit.
I wonder what
He be
made him
gone.
do that. I wonder what you think made him do that.
Because like you know that if it's just about the money, you've been my boy for 15 years and you didn't come to me.
But here's the thing too, like Kevin Hart has given him work though.
That's what I'm saying. He's giving him work. I know he's giving him money.
The lifestyle alone, like fuck the money, the lifestyle alone that you get to live, like so you're working with Kevin Hart, you are touring places, you are in movies.
Yeah.
Like, what more do you want? You could parlay all that with no payment from Kevin into a career. Just off the relationships you could build.
Well, he did, because like before that, he was a professional bowler. Like Charlamagne looked up his record. He's made only $8,000 from a professional bowling career.
He's only made $8,000.
Only made $8,000.
I don't know. That nigga doesn't sound professional.
Nah, sure don't.
But like now, post Kevin, you've been in a movie.
Yep.
People know who you are.
Not really.
I mean,
Yeah, I still don't know who
I don't know.
this nigga
I mean, I don't know,
is.
but
And
like,
apparently
you know,
he's been in movies.
But like, you can leverage that to get another gig.
Well, what if it had nothing to do with his career? What if it was
Like personal, like Kevin.
What, he wanted
had
his wife
sex
or
with
something?
his chick or something. Oh,
He
wife.
wanted Nico.
maybe? Or maybe he felt bad because Kevin was out there doing his dirt.
Fuck that.
Nah,
Nigga,
No,
hey, you
if
be
you felt
surprised.
bad,
15 years?
You be surprised.
but if you felt
would be
bad, you
surprised.
ain't asking for the check.
Did he ask for a check?
Yes,
Extortion.
He extorted him.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, shit. but even then, I mean, it could still get played both ways. You can feel bad for the wife and then still want a check off of it.
Yeah, I guess.
Nah, then you do that shit in private.
Yeah, I man,
You
no.
can't feel bad for the wife, so I'm gonna extort your husband.
Yeah, that-
cause you
no.
problems.
Not
Because if you
rolling.
felt bad for her, why would you do it when she's pregnant then?
Yep.
If you felt bad. If you felt bad.
He caught her while she was pregnant.
Yeah. So, no, me personally, I think it was only about the money.
I think it was about the money. Could have been.
But like Mike just like, you could have asked for it.
Maybe he did.
Yeah, but we just did an episode on no co-signing. I don't think he would have got that money.
Kevin don't got co-sign for it. Kevin could have gave it to him.
Oh man, yeah, nah, man, I ain't got much for him. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
Dog.
bruh, nigga.
Cause like, see, like now I'm curious cause he was working with him, right? This guy, or was he just friends with him?
What do you mean, like going on tour with him?
Yeah.
I just know that one job that Kevin Hart gave him was a Coca-Cola commercial. Like, so he's actually done work. Now, is he on the road with him and the rest of Hart production? I don't know.
I don't know. I care less about him and just more about the
I want to know
situation.
what the reason is. I need the reason.
Like,
I need the
I'm
why.
assuming he's in jail.
If the FBI are investigating you, I'm pretty sure he is.
So
Or awaiting trial date.
Damn. Like, what would y'all do?
Oh, he'd be dead. I told you I'd put some money on his head.
He put some money on him?
Hell yeah, I hit him with that. Nigga, I hit him with that James Bond. Pew, pew. Silencer.
Shit, bro.
Like,
what would you do?
I don't know.
he gone. I'm sorry. dog.
That's probably what I'm leaning towards.
He is gone. You
We talk about
man.
my boy from 15 years, nigga. And I don't mean somebody just I knew. Nigga, we've been boys the whole time.
Yeah.
And you gonna do this shit to me?
Y'all, this is recorded. And so, y'all talking about y'all gonna off niggas on this recording.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
do the shit if you want to.
Because we're like in this fantasy world where we have the money to actually off somebody.
I don't have thousands of dollars to put a hit on somebody right now.
Like,
But in a couple
That shit
years,
is
maybe.
crazy.
broke people don't do that. What we do is we get mad
And we do this shit
and
ourselves.
delete their phone number, like,
Call them, cuss them
and
out
talk
one
shit
good
about them on
time.
Facebook.
You ain't shit, and don't talk to me no more.
That's what we do.
Yeah, man, that shit's crazy, man.
Oh man,
But I don't know. I ain't got much for that either. I mean, that shit just kind of just dropped into our lap a few days ago. So
yeah.
I ain't got nothing for it, man. I guess rolling off of that and rolling on to.
We got movie quotes.
I didn't have an opportunity to look up any.
I didn't either. J Rock off the top.
Come on, man. You be good. You be good for off the top, bro.
All right, let me think.
Freestyle King.
I really over there on his phone. I thought the nigga had
Why,
some
you
up.
think-
No, I was looking at them, but they
Think
were
you
all
doing
shit.
some homework, but
No, I was looking at them. Just it was all shit like we used already.
Yeah, I was gonna look up some, but my phone was dead and my
just didn't
laptop
care.
was tripping.
You just-
No, I did because I wanted to
No, that's
actually.
fine,
I wanted
that's
to come
fine.
with the quote.
You don't like the game. You don't like the game. I understand.
I said I like playing the game. I just
Hey,
wanted to come with the quotes.
What do
today,
y'all
but I didn't
think
have an
about
opportunity to.
going back to Catch That Beat?
I wanted to try.
I kind of want to do it.
I wanted to try. Would you rather?
Whoa, would you rather? Hold on, give me an
Okay,
example. Let's
okay,
play that real quick.
okay, let's
Let's play
go.
that real quick.
I don't
You
have
got
any
an
up. I don't have any up. All right. Okay.
Let's give an example to some off the dome.
Okay. Some off the dome.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
Oh, I like this game already.
Right. I like this game already. Ooh.
Hey, new game.
This one's for Rock because he's the only one in a safe bubble right here. All right.
Hypotheticals, it can be for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Now, it can be
I mean, hypothetical, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather cheat on your spouse or have your spouse cheat on you?
Oh, come on, it's easy.
I mean, I would rather do the cheating. I do not want to get hurt like that. Fuck that. I gotta be the cheater. Fuck that shit. You are not gonna come home. Hey, Rock. Hey, baby, I need to talk to you real quick. Hell no.
This nigga gonna be stupid sick.
You ain't gonna play me like
This
that.
nigga gonna be
Fuck
stupid
that
sick. I'll be hurt too. I'll be hurt too. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh man. Why y'all looking at me?
shit. Rest.
Exactly.
That's a good question.
Exactly.
That's a good question, boy.
So just shit like that, man. I think
I liked it.
That's-
I think
like
that'd be
this
a
game.
dope game that we could play.
That is hilarious. That's so much better than movie quotes. Fuck movie quotes. You got another one?
I don't. That was the only one I had off the top of my head.
Oh, that was off top.
Yeah, that was off the top of my head. I don't have any other ones.
That was pretty impressive. Okay, well we gotta do some homework. So yeah, next episode. Would you rather?
I'm with it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that sounds like a keeper.
Cool. So we got anything else?
I think we done said our piece about the community.
All right. Kanye West, get your shit together.
Please.
Kevin Hart, I feel for you, bro.
We won't prenup. We won't prenup. Yeah.
It's your boy King A.
Joint with J Rock.
Young Rez.
Speak between the lines. We out of here.
1.
2.
Say 3. I'm not saying 3. I'm sorry. Hey, you get that nigga his one though, because you haven't been giving him one.
I know. I finally gave it to him.